Hello everybody, welcome to Instantgo Tarot Odyssey. Today is going to be a 3-pick-a-card read on how you will know it's the one. And it'll also be some tidbits. I feel messages already coming through in personality traits they'll have, sort of things they'll say and do in gestures, and if anything is provided in the looks front and career front of what they do as well, I will feed that into the read as well. And I was at the craft store today and they had dried flowers. I got so excited because I feel like Easter is coming and it's that beautiful Stara vibe of, like blues and lavenders and dreaminess. And I'm going to do like a fairy series where we just use all the fairy cards that I have too, because they're some of my favorite decks. I just get a rotation schedule and I pack some away so I don't see them. So I'll definitely make sure those come back to the fore. And I just want to, again, show my appreciation for you guys and say thank you. The subscribership is growing daily by like the hundreds. And, I never thought it would accelerate at this pace. And I have you guys to thank. You're so marvelous. And if you'd like to come join us over on Instagram, it's Sparkrist11. We do a lot of fun tarot related things, discussions, activities, and I do daily posts with the goddess cards. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a really like-minded community of spiritual people, and we all just sort of gather together and check funny memes, and it's a nice interaction. I like that there's like a little chat room there too where you can message, because lots of times that it's a nice, less formal way. If somebody has a question or something's going on, they pop over there, and then when I remember to check in on the messages, I can help you out in those areas as well, because I feel with the Mercury in retrograde, some people tend to go into panics, but it's a beautiful new moon, which means we're REing right in front of everything. We're reevaluating, or we're re-landscaping, we're reissuing our boundary decrees, all those things, right? We're just going to be so fresh, so clean, so organized. Everything's going to get together. Like, I have been a maniac reorganizing everything, all my decks, all my jewelry, because before I would just have things in certain places. I'm like, no, now they have to be in bags and labeled, and I have to have quick access to everything. And I am not an organized brain type of person. I mean, I'm very artsy. My stuff's usually everywhere, but I'm like, listen, and everybody else is sort of jumping on the bandwagon. Let's streamline our time so we can really have our focus where we want it to be, right? So let's see what your choices are. We have a 3-card spread, so I'll let you choose your fairy card. We have the 2 of Summer that says falling in love or making a series of commitments to someone. Forgiveness in the resolution of a problem. Don't give up. Your relationship can be healed. This can be with friends and loved ones as well. Number 2 is the Queen of Autumn. This is my favorite card. I just love this, the richness of this and the robes and the majesty. It's so amazing. And I love around her scepter how it has like angelic swirls of lights, like fairies are dancing around it. So the Queen of Autumn, number 2, says generous, stylish, gracious, and practical. Be practical with respect to how you proceed. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Someone who can help your dreams come true. I love that. Yeah, it's like sometimes when we just beautify an area, our own little working space, it makes a big difference. Quiet colors that are restful on our mind, right? And if we have to stay energetic, we could pep it up with some orange and some reds, things like that. So let's see. I got these beads today. I love them. They're bright pink howlite, and I'm going to be making like some chokers out of them because I just adore I love the fierce pinkness of it, right? I can't really wear pink because of my red hair. I feel like I look crazy, but I love it on blondes and brunettes to no end for sure. Okay, so that's number 2, and number 3 will be Princess of Summer. Gentle, sensitive, kind, and inexperienced. A new relationship or emotional experience, invitations to social events, a compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. So whether it's the imagery, the number, or just sort of where it's placed in the deck, whatever suits your fancy, you can pick one now. And also I let people know, feel free to watch all 3 picks, because sometimes there's little nuggets of information you can glean from each one. And because this is for a collective anyway, it's really meant as a big blanket overall energy that's swirling around for everybody. So they're only going to be like 5 minutes long anyway. So if you'd like to look at all of them There'll be some nice symbolism and some other cool things in there. And it doesn't necessarily conflict with what's going on in your realm. It kind of is a lovely cohesive kind of message for that. And I want to thank you guys for checking out yesterday's video. It went to number 1, like wham, out of all my videos it shot. I think we listed top 10, but I was like, I just did it on my little table and I was like, oh, I feel like doing this. And you guys were so wonderful in your comments about it. I really, really appreciate you guys. Okay. So we're going to start with number 1 and we're going to see what your goddess card is for that as well. Oh, I love that. And you have Kuan Yin. I love that one. So she is the goddess of compassion. Now let me reach over for my 26 for my book. That's one I don't think I've read this one yet. So compassion is what's needed right now to help you release perfectionism and defensiveness. The purpose of compassion is to help reduce suffering in the world. So be mindful not to judge yourself or others too harshly as you may stumble through life's obstacle course. In fact, tuning into the energy of compassion and kindness almost instantly eradicates the stirred up energy of controlling thoughts and knee-jerk behaviors. So true. Like yesterday, as I was saying, I was in the doctor's office, I was getting all impatient, and then I could see the sweet couple next to me and the other woman on the other side that had huge issues they were dealing with. And I was like, wow, how dare I be impatient with, this silliness. So let's see what's going on in terms of what is going to draw your, what your, oncoming relationship, what's going to make them fall in love with you, what do they sort of see in you. I feel right now this particular group is going through a surge of bravery, like you're doing and attempting things you used to not do, and you're having a whatever moment. I can try whatever I like, you know what I mean? I'm independent. You're not shrinking from any challenges, difficulty, pain. You're acting on convictions, even if it's unpopular, which people will respect, because sometimes when I feel like 9 out of 10 people are quite the sheep and they'll be happy enough to follow. But when that happens, you don't really get to assert anything that's of great import when that happens, right? And we don't necessarily just want to go with the flow. We want to have bravery. Another thing you're going to have too is a lot of persistence. Let me grab some tarot and see what's going on. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's part of it. Look at that. You have the Magician. Let's get you one more. Give these a shuffle. Oh, yeah, I'm putting in the work, definitely, with your Pentacles, and that's about creating abundance, craftsmanship, working with others. And with the Magician, you're coming up with substantial appreciation for the skill sets that you have, which is good, because once we learn to value ourselves, we behave quite differently, and that's what is very attractive to you and draw some of this love in, and this person is impressed by you, that ends up falling for you, is that you do have an appreciation of beauty and excellence, so you put the effort in to draw those things out, both personally for yourself and for your work. A huge thing too that's happening, that's bringing in this magic right now, is your hope. You're expecting the best in the future and you're working to achieve it, and that's the magic of the Magician. That just happens. Part of it also is your curiosity. You're taking like an interest in an ongoing experience for its own sake. You really want to explore and discover, and that's creating this kind of a magical intellectual acceleration in things, and how you learn, and things that you had a hard time remembering for, like people's names. I feel like a lot in this group you couldn't remember names, numbers like that. You start to develop these own secret patterns that help you remember things better, which is really cool. And you're developing a mass love of learning, and you're mastering new skills. And when you do this, you get all kind of bodies of knowledge, which is fun. Whether it's on your own or formally through classes, you're just starting to gain this information. It's very attractive to your love that's coming in. It's part of the reason that they fall for you, is you have that unique quality. And again, I remember talking about this because I was so astounded to find the eldest living tribe of people are these women that are nuns, and they're 95 to 105 years old, and they all live almost like monks in this, well, they are secluded and they grow their own vegetables, and they just have a tremendous library, and they just learn about everything, botany, medicine. That continued curiosity and zest for life is really keeping them going, right? And it's like when we have a love of learning, we really can think things through properly, examine them from all sides. and we can weigh in all the evidence and make our own decisions, right? And then we're not just traveling as a flock. And that's part of why you feel so brave right now too, is you know what you're talking about. You've researched it and you understand what's going on. And that's highly, highly attractive to your mate coming in. That's part of the reason they fall for you. And another big thing too, in your personality, with your compassion, you have a lovely forgiveness and mercy. You forgive those who have done you wrong, and you accept the shortcomings in them because you believe in giving people a second chance. Vengefulness is not on your list anymore. It's too short-sighted, and you're releasing that. So that's a lot of the energy coming in for you that is turning about this love and bringing them in and makes them attracted to you. So beautiful energy, you guys. I love that for you. Yeah, compassion just kind of makes the world go smoothly, right? We open a door for somebody, we know they have heavy packages or they're elderly, and hence I feel like that energy will always reverberate around us, and then others do that for us, and it's just for the collective good, right? We feel good when that happens, when somebody lets us into traffic or they, just wave at you. It's a nice feeling, it lets us know that we're all sort of working together to try to be cool human beings, right? Not trying to be the biggest buttholes that ever lived, because again, on the flip side of that, we get insulted and then we feel a little depressed that people behave like utter animals at times, right? We don't need this. We want fairness. We want some lovely spiritual coherent thoughts and beliefs floating around, that people are good and they care about each other and they love each other. Even when you can feel like utter crap, that's when you need to do it more and look for that attitude of gratitude. So you'll bring yourself up, like that seedling trying to poke through the ground and get some sunlight, as opposed to dwelling in the darkness. You really got to reach for that light and say, hey, there's goodness everywhere. I just got to keep my peepers open for it, for sure. So that's you guys, beautiful energy for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And don't forget to press like and subscribe if you like this video. And also there's a notification bell for the new videos when they come out. Look how beautiful this card is. And if you hit the little gray arrow, it'll bring you down to all my stuff down there, all my links. I have my Etsy store where I make all my handcrafted jewelry if you'd like to go check it out. And I have crowns and rings and a whole bunch of lovely things. And also, if you'd like to help support the channel, my Patreon page is down there. And I want to thank my patrons. You guys are so wonderful, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. I have your new goddess stuff up there today as well if you want to peek over there. And just about anything. If you need a quick service with Instantgo, I can get right back to you within 20 minutes. Boop, boop, boom, text out. It's very easy. And then, of course, all my private reads, I get back to people within 48 hours, 3 days at the most, because that takes precedent. I feel like when you want your answers is when the energy is the strongest, and I can channel my best. So I do them right away. I don't stockpile them or make a wait list. I just go for it. So that was number one, beautiful energy, you guys. Now, number two, Queen of Autumn. Your goddess is Gula. She is of healing. I feel this is a very super healing time. 2019 has just sort of washed away the pains, the hurts, and all of the heaviness of 2018. And we're really focused on just the light things that matter. We're not going to waste our time going back to any regret, any shoulda, woulda, couldas. We're all about going forward and healing for sure. Because so many people are getting spiritual upgrades as well. They need time to rest. I mean, comment if you guys felt like you needed extra sleep and you're having crazy dreams, because I'm having nutball, cuckoo-luckoo dreams like you can't imagine. And then all of a sudden I'm just so tired. But I mean, it's weird. It fluctuates so greatly too. Like I feel like I could run a marathon and then I feel like I have to sleep for 100 years. It makes no sense, but I'm just following it. So just follow your bliss and your natural rhythms of your body when you're tired, for sure. So Gula is a Babylonian goddess. She's the goddess of medicine and healing, and she's come to guide you as a blessing for your well-being. You're being invited to address the areas of your life that need healing. Maybe you've moved so quickly through life that you've forgotten about self-care. Take heart. She comes into your world as your ally, saying now is the most auspicious time to focus on healing in all aspects of your life. That's really beautiful. And something that's great about this is, with that new healing yourself, I feel like your love that's coming in, part of the thing that they really like about you is your humility and your modesty. You're letting your accomplishments speak for themselves, and you're not regarding yourself as more special than anybody else. Even though you are accomplished and you're amazing and creative and wonderful, all those things and giving, you don't feel like you have to run around. Just because you're wearing a watch doesn't mean you have to tell everybody what time it is. It's very, very lovely and endearing, and they notice that for sure, and they're slowly going to fall in love with you because of that. also your hope. You always expect the best in the future and you work towards it. And because of that, with hope comes gratitude. And usually that's enwrapped in spirituality as well. You have beautiful beliefs about higher purposes, the meaning of life, the meaning of the universe. You understand the energetic ebb and flow of things, and to be giving and loving is all about kindness. And you work for the collective good, and that's super appealing. And one of the number one things in surveys for people that was attractive was kindness. And think about it. When somebody exudes that, isn't that attractive? Because you realize that in turn is going to be on your doorstep as well, as opposed to someone who's short-tempered. It's got to be really difficult to live with somebody who always has to be right, who's short-tempered, who puts themselves first. It could be really, really wearing, I'm sure. So let me see. We have the Queen of Cups. Oh, look, the colors match. Oh, wow. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles. Beautiful. So yeah, you have some really good energy and what's attracting them. Again, it's your giving nature, but your strength, again, you really understand, you have your bravery and you're not shrinking from threats or challenges as well in your queenly state, and you're in receivership mode for that too. So you don't have to try. You're never one now for people pleasing or saying yes when you mean no, because you realize your time is very important. You have a lot of integrity in your work and how you treat others. So you present yourself in a genuine way and you take responsibility for your feelings and actions. And that's very attractive to people because there's an authenticity, a realness. And when people are genuine, other people know where they stand with them. There's no guessing game. And it's unfortunate that people, when they're not quite situated and they tend to people please, the difficulty in that is people can't gauge what you really do like. And it's almost like a pantomime. They're skirting around issues, and you need to have realism and just be who you are, because then you'll have a greater sense of self as well. It doesn't make you more likable to say yes to everybody and do what everybody wants. It just makes you a little lost in the ethers because you're not connecting with your value of yourself and your time, and also your position and how you really feel about things, right? So getting genuine is important for a lot of people, but this group, you already have that with this Queen of Cups. And I love the Knight of Pentacles because, again, that's about authenticity and really, really putting in your leadership abilities to encourage others to also make their abundance through whatever, a lot of artistry and things like that. So you're encouraging a group, you're encouraging in a group and you to get things done. And at the same time, you maintain good interpersonal relationships with people, because you realize just because you may be in charge of whatever, children, family, if some of you are teachers, that you are very mellow and chill about it, right? It's not like you're alpha, my way or the highway. You are an excellent listener, and that's very, very important for people. Also, your sense of curiosity, again, too, like the first group, you really take an interest in everything, ongoing experiences of others and friends, and you're really curious about what they're doing, and that makes you super, super attractive to people because you're not solely self-interested, right? And it's very healing. I feel like you have a natural healing energy as well of people just being around you. You lift the frequency and vibration, which is beautiful. So lovely energy. So great, you guys. If that's you and you're new to the channel, welcome, and don't forget to press like and subscribe. And thank you to all my oldies and goodies. And I can't thank you guys enough really for supporting the channel. I just, words leave me. I get all gushy when I start to talk about it because I'm just so privileged to be able to do this. And if you guys would need any private read information or my Instantgo or how to contribute through my Patreon page, anything like that, there all my links down below, my Etsy store links, everything's down there, the Goddess Provision box. So go look down there. There's a lot of fun stuff. Okay, remember, keep that healing energy going. Very good. Okay, so next we're on to the Princess of Summer. Gentle, sensitive, kind, and inexperienced. Let's see. I already hear messages right away. It's so funny. Oh, wow, we got the Knight of Swords. So you can have a lot of quick, concise thinking. Oh, wow, yes. Beautiful. And then the World as well with that. Yeah, I feel like these people are on an insane lucky streak. I mean, where they're just really elevated. There's so much love, trust, respect, intimacy that's going to be reached that wasn't there before. A huge part of your appeal, definitely, and that is bringing this love in, and that is the attraction factor for you is full energy mixed in with that. Like you are ready for an adventure because you realize the world, the universe has your back and you are universally supported in these endeavors. So you feel safe. You don't feel like you have to be attention seeking for anything. You don't crave attention. You just want to quietly go about things with your mad skills. You know what I mean? Like a crazy delinquent after school that carves stuff in the walls. Like you really are a successful problem solver at this rate. Creative. You have a lot of resilience. You're super motivated because what's happening is you decided to put your focus in. You understand where your focus goes is where your energy goes, which is where your results go. And while you're busy doing this and crafting this creative and beautiful blue streak is when love just sort of lands in your lap because you're happily propelling your vibration and frequency way up there through these beautiful endeavors. And you have this great wishful thinking about everything and it's starting to happen. For instance, I was driving down the road today and I was like, I'm going to pay attention to the signs today. I really am. Truck goes by, whatever you want to make a reality can be a reality. On the side of this truck, I was like, what? Then I'm behind a car and it says no quit. And I was like, that is so cool. All these little things because I chose to notice was like, wow. And that's what I mean. You're also your brain is going to be sharp as a tack. Like nobody, if you have any detractors and they're trying to like pull one over on you, nobody's getting away with anything. Nothing, not for months and months and months. I mean, even though you have a lot of care and compassion, empathy, it's like you have a massive, like razor sharp focus on all these little details, which makes sense, right? Because when you start focusing on things like that, you can pick up on stuff like you can't even imagine. Yeah, for sure. So let's see what else I'm sort of picking up right now, because I am getting messages of trips, recent trips that are coming up for you guys. What is it, March, April? I see March and April, a lot of people going south, they're going to beaches, they're going to warm places, and that's when you're really going to have some of these neat adventures as well, because it's a different environment, so it makes you feel more free. Your perspective is different, and it's lovely and heightened, and you let other people sort of, you don't feel, like we would in a workplace where we might feel like we have to be a little constricted. You just feel, yay, sky's the limit up here. You know what I mean? You want to play volleyball. You want to try surfing. You want to do all those things. And you just feel like the citizenship of humanity, right? Everything's working well. Members of a group, everybody getting along. You're loyal to family, to groups. You understand a lot of vitality is just being infused in your life. So now you're going to approach it with excitement and energy, where before you might have felt drained the last prior months. The coldness of winter and all that stuff can sort of dim our light a little bit. Not now. Now that spring is here, I feel like you are spring baby number one and you love it and you're going to join right in and jump right in there, which is beautiful. And that has to do with Nike ambition card, right? You're going to go out and you're going to strike while the iron is hot. You have a lot of spirituality dwelling all around you, which helps you just go out there, get that creative spark and get things done with a lovely open mind, fantastic perspective on things. So things are just fluttering all around you and landing right in your lap, which is great. I have to wind this one up a little sooner because this can only tape for so long and then it acts a little crazy when I try to upload it. Again, this group, you're going to be learning stuff at an accelerated rate too. You just have a huge quantity of information that you can fit and recalibrate and work out to your advantage in very quick, succinct timing, which is great because then you don't feel like, you have to overthink things. You're like, solve, done, next, and then you can relax as well, which I love. So if you're new to the channel, that's you guys, welcome. And don't forget to press like and subscribe if you like this video. Also the notification bell so you know when all the new videos come up. You go down to the links below, has all my info. It has everything for private reads that I get to within 48 hours, 3 days at the most. Everything else is down there. My Etsy store, the Goddess Provisions box. If you need a quick text read, I'm on Instantgo. If you'd like to support the channel, come pop over to Patreon. I want to thank my Patreons. You guys are the bomb. So love and light to you guys. Comment if you like this sort of backdrop or if you like it simpler. I'm trying all different designs because I like to have a little bit of beauty and flourish on screen when I'm watching reads too. So I thought I'd try some new stuff out for you guys. And spring is here, so we're like la la la.